Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, where I share with you some practical wisdom from ancient philosophy. Today, we're going to talk about 7 Stoic principles for nothing to affect you, based on the teachings of Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers of all time. Epictetus was born as a slave in the 1st century AD, but he managed to overcome his difficult circumstances and become a free man and a respected teacher of philosophy. He taught that the key to happiness and freedom is not to depend on external things, but to focus on what is in our power, our thoughts, judgments, and actions. He also gave us some powerful rules and guidelines on how to live a virtuous and tranquil life, regardless of what happens around us. So, without further ado, let's dive into the 7 Stoic principles for nothing to affect you, according to Epictetus. Remember that you can't control everything. The first principle is to remember that you can't control everything that happens in the world. You can't control other people's opinions, actions, or emotions. You can't control the weather, the economy, or the political situation. You can't control the past or the future. Trying to control these things will only lead to frustration, anxiety, and anger. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us and some things are not up to us." He also said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." He advised us to focus on what is in our power, our own thoughts, judgments, and actions. These are the only things that we can truly control and improve. By doing this, we can avoid being disturbed by external events and maintain our inner peace. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. The second principle is to don't let your emotions get the best of you. Emotions are natural and inevitable, but they can also be irrational and harmful if we let them take over our reason. Emotions can cloud our judgment, distort our perception, and make us act impulsively or recklessly. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. He also said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." He taught us that our emotions are not caused by external events, but by our own interpretations and opinions of them. We can choose how we react to anything that happens by changing our perspective and adopting a more rational and objective view. By doing this, we can avoid being overwhelmed by negative emotions and keep our calm and composure. Accept what you can't change. The third principle is to accept what you can't change. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, things don't go our way. We may face challenges, difficulties, or losses that are beyond our control or influence. We may have to deal with unpleasant or unfair situations that we can't avoid or escape. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and you will go on well. He also said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well." He taught us that instead of resisting or complaining about what we can't change, we should accept it with grace and gratitude. We should see everything as an opportunity to learn, grow, or practice virtue. By doing this, we can avoid being disappointed or resentful and find joy and meaning in any situation. Live in the present moment. The fourth principle is to live in the present moment. The present moment is the only time that we have to live, act, and enjoy life. The past is gone and cannot be changed. The future is uncertain and cannot be predicted. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future will only rob us of our happiness and peace of mind. Don't let the force of an impression when it first hits you knock you off your feet. Just say to it, "Hold on a moment, let me see who you are and what you represent. Let me put you to the test." He also said, Don't let your mind wander into all kinds of random thoughts, rather keep it focused on some definite object. He taught us that we should be mindful of our thoughts and impressions and not let them distract us from what is happening right now. We should pay attention to what is in front of us and what we are doing. We should also appreciate the beauty and value of the present moment and not take it for granted. By doing this, we can avoid being distracted or regretful and live more fully and happily. Be grateful for what you have. The fifth principle is to be grateful for what you have. We often forget how lucky we are to have what we have. We take for granted our health, our family, our friends, our possessions, our opportunities, and our freedom. We always want more, better, or different things. We compare ourselves to others and feel dissatisfied or envious. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. He also said, "Don't spoil what you have by desiring what you don't have. Remember that what you now have was once among the things you only hoped for." He taught us that we should be grateful for what we have and not take anything for granted. We should realize that everything we have is a gift and a blessing. We should also be content with what we have and not crave for more. By doing this, we can avoid being greedy or ungrateful and feel more happy and fulfilled.